to Shout TV's Palace of Wonder and Magic. I'm Bonnie Gordon, and I've been a performing member of Hollywood's world-famous Magic Castle for over 15 years, which means I know a little something about the art of prestidigitation. From cards, to vanishing, to restoration, teleportation, to escape, to mentalism, I know the best of the best, which is why I'm confident that we're going to have ourselves some fun over the next 24 hours. Stay with us as we explore movies and television specials dedicated to magic. And along the way, we'll even bring you some illusions and effects from some of today's very best, starting right now with one of my all-time faves. Renowned for her saucy brand of sorcery and stage illusion, she's Misty Lee.
Orange, the color of balance. Yellow, intellect. And blue, calm. Ideally, although all three are part of an intrinsic and intricate tapestry of personality, once we have control over who we are and what we want, we can bring them out one at a time. Balance, intellect, or calm. Which do you prefer first? Balance. Orange. Next, which one is desirable next? Calm. Calm. Blue. Calm. And finally, intellect.
Welcome back to Shout TV's Marathon of Magic. We're about to move into the next feature in our 24-hour celebration of the magical arts. But up first, you've seen her on Penn and Teller's Fool Us. She's the one and only Misty Lee. She's the only magician ever admitted into the Institute of Analytic Interviewing, undergoing training alongside CIA, ATF, and Scotland Yard agents. Her mastery of cognitive interview techniques and skill for reading both micro-expressions and body language has even earned her the nickname of Human Lie Detector. Please welcome to the stage, Misty Lee.
So I'm a trained human lie detector. We're gonna put that into action, and you're all willing to help, yes?
Yes.
Great. So I'm going to pass these cards down, and I want you to just secretly and surreptitiously break them anywhere you like. Take a peek and remember your card, okay? Don't sneak a peek. I see you looking, Paige. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just quickly pass them on down. When you've got one, just pass it down. And the trick only works if you remember your card. So, you got one, Clinton? Mm-hmm. Great. You got one? Dig it. Everybody has it. Everyone remembers it. Perfect. Here's where the lie detector stuff starts. I have 5 identical bags. I'm going to give each one of you one. I want you to take a personal item off your person and drop it in the bag. So ideally it will fit in the bag. Here's one for you, Jonathan. Here's one for you, Paige. Yeah, Quinn. Clinton.
How do you remember everyone's
John.
name?
That's the magic part of it. So I'm going to turn around so I cannot see what you're doing. Ideally, hide it from the camera as well, because if you don't, it gets a little weird.
We're ready.
I think we're ready.
I love it. Drop your bags on the tray in any order. Now, we're going to mix these up. Get a baseline on each of you. Dig it. And here we go. Let's see if we can figure out whose is whose. First thing is this. I'm going to say that whoever gave this to me is a practical person who is technology savvy, who values security, who also is a holdover from a time when we used to wear a watch all the time, but appreciates the fact that information and technology are readily accessible. This person is very, very smart. This person is you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, take one step back. Thank you, Glenton. All right. Well, 1 for 1. Let's see how we do with the next one. Interesting choice. What I'm going to do with this one is I want you to hold absolutely still, all of you. Now, when you lie, little tiny tics and mannerisms can kind of give you away. So I'm going to come and shake this in your face, 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 and return this to you. How'd I do? One step backward? All right. Well, let's go with this one. We're going to do an actual verbal lie detection. I'm going to ask you if this is yours. I want you to say yes. Is this yours?
Yes.
Is this yours?
Yes.
Is this yours?
Yes.
This is yours.
It is.
So now we have 2 more. We've got this, which could be either of yours. And we've got this, which could still be either of yours, I'm going to say. And this time, we're going to do this by body temperature. I'm going to hold this very close to you and feel for heat. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Everybody take 1 step back forward. At the beginning of this, you chose a card. Do you remember your card? All right, if I say your card, please take 1 step backwards. Before I do that, don't say anything. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Jack, Queen, King, Jack, Queen, King. If I say your card, take 1 step back. 4 of spades, 2 of diamonds, 10 of hearts, 6 of clubs, 8 of diamonds, King of spades, 5 of diamonds. Wow. Science works.
She's the very first female medium to have a residency in the Houdini Seance Room at the world-famous Magic Castle right here in Hollywood. She's Misty Lee.
Emma, would you like to blow some bubbles? Yeah. Okay. Look at all those bubbles. Look at that one, Emma. Oh.
Welcome back to Shout TV's Marathon of Magic. Once again, please welcome Misty Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present Misty Lee. Welcome back to Shout TV's Marathon of Magic, where we're bringing you 24 hours of movies and specials dedicated to the art form of, you guessed it, magic. I'm your host, Bonnie Gordon. Joining us now is a multiple award-winning performer, including the Academy of Magical Arts Close-Up Magician of the Year. Please welcome to the stage, Jon Armstrong.
So let me take you back to my first professional magic show. I was 16 years old. In fact, this is the actual sign from that show. I called myself Magic Jon because I was super clever with titles. You have to imagine there was about 20 kids sitting in lawn chairs there in the manufactured home community. Mom never liked calling it a trailer park. And the kids were all sitting around, and I had Uno cards. I'm sure at some point in another you've played some Uno in your life. And I counted the cards, and the kids, because they're kids, they counted along with me, and you can do that at home if you would like. So they went 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And I got rid of one of the cards. But yet when I snapped my fingers, I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Here's the thing, I'm not really hearing anything, most likely because you're on the other side of a screen, but that's the exact same reaction the kids had back then, so it really doesn't matter. So tell you what, let's make this a little more impressive, because I was just trying to keep this historically accurate. So I'm going to make the trick more impressive, embellish the story a little bit, and then you can just be exuberant, even though I really won't be able to hear you. So let's try this again. Here we go. So I will now tell you the story of my first professional magic show when I was 6 years old. That's right, 6 years old. In fact, 6 years old. It says right there, Magic Jon, 6 years old. You can see it. There you go. I counted the cards, and the kids counted with me. They counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Already the kids were impressed because I'm from Florida. And then I got rid of 1, 2 cards, but yet when I snapped my fingers, I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. No, okay, all right, still. I'm not getting the... All right, I get it. I actually have to put some more effort into this. Tell you what, I will embellish the story even more. I'll make the trick, halfway decent, and then you just fake it, okay? Just pretend that this is impressive. So let's try it again. So I will now tell you the story of my first professional magic show when I was 2 years old. That's right, 2 years old. 2 years old. There were 500 people in the room. The cards were big because my hands were small. I counted the cards and the kids counted with me. Oh, wait. First, I was 2 years old. 2 years old. 2 years old. Gotta make sure everything is right in the props. Here we go. Start again. I counted the cards and the kids counted with me. They counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I then got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. See, you're doing. I got you there. No, actually, this is the wild card. The wild card, that means I can actually add some cards. That's actually 6, 7, 8. This one's 9, and then if I snap my fingers, I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here's the thing, there wasn't any cards in the first place, and that's how that all happened.
You've seen him on The Today Show, The Tonight Show, Masters of Illusion, The Bachelorette, and Penn and Teller's Fool Us. Now he's here to fool you. He's Jon Armstrong.
So obviously, this is a deck of cards. You guys can see that. You look at it, touch it. Seriously, do it. Make sure they're just cards. Feel them. Card-like, cardish, right? That's not the important thing. The important thing is this. I brought the real star of the show today. It's with me right here. Well, not this. This is just a tiny, weird backpack that has nothing to do with this. Yeah, see, this is a tiny plunger. It's a suction cup attached to a tiny dowel rod. It is adorable. What I'm about to show you will be the most impressive thing you've ever seen in your entire lives. Seriously, from this point on, your lives are going to go downhill. When I do this for little kids, I feel bad. So here, look. Thank you. Stupid. You can see very clearly the little suction cup picks up the card, because that's what little suction cups do. You'll also notice that once the suction cup is attached to the card, you can't use it to pick up other cards, because that's not how vacuums work. But you can, you just have to rev up the plunger. That is funnier than you're letting on. But you can see very clearly. Oh, well, that was weird. Okay, fine. Here, check these out. Make sure they are what I say they are. Pieces of paper, thin layer of plastic, no sticky tape, no glue, no strings, no wires.
Nope.
No magnets. Check out the plunger. Make sure there's a perfectly ordinary tiny plunger that you would find in any Barbie dream home. All right, stop that. All right, here, check this out. These are like, people are like, oh, you never put the cards together all mishy-mashy, and they never do it that way. You never do it the cards individually. You always put it together first. That's why it works. There's only 4 cards, but you can't do more than 4 cards. That's nothing, no. But you can't do more than that, no way, no. Can't do more, no, stupid magician. Okay. You can do it. You can do it. Wow. Thank you, tiny plunger. Now the tiny plunger, he is educated, he is learned, he understands things. I'll show you what I mean by that. Give me a number between 1 and 10 out loud.
3.
3. So if I did 3, watch this. See the plunger, he's smart. Say 3 to him.
3.
Okay, no reason to point, that's rude. He heard you say 3, and because of that, watch. 1, 2, 3. That's a small number, though. I want you to just give me another number from 1 to 10 that's a little higher.
10.
10, okay. I'll now explain what between means. Never mind. You said 10. Remember before how he was doing this, right? And then he picked up the whole deck, okay? Mindless. Now he's smart. Say to him 10.
10.
He heard you say 10. So this time he's not going to pick up all the cards, no. He's only going to pick up the number of cards you need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Tiny plunger, he is amazing. Give me a number between 10 and 20, please.
15.
15. Hold out your hands like this, please. Thank you very much. A little closer down here. Say 15 to the plunger.
15.
Okay, when she did it, it was adorable, creepy. Okay, there's one. Sorry, here, like this. 15. Here we go. Watch. Thank you. Just count those out loud down on the table.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. 15. Tiny plunger. Now, the tiny plunger, he doesn't just understand card quantity, he understands card identity, the difference between one card and another card. I'll show you what I mean by that. So if you could please touch a card. This one right here?
Yep.
Excellent. In a moment, what's going to happen is you're going to turn the card over so that we can see it on the cameras and you guys can see it. Obviously, you know what it was.
Right.
I will also hide the plunger so that he won't see because you don't want the plunger to... All right, fine. I just turn around. There we see it.
Yep.
All right, coming back. Excellent. And now just go ahead and just place that back inside of here for me. Perfect. Give the cards a little bit of a shuffle. And a cut. And now the tiny plunger will memorize the entire deck of cards. He has done so. Thank you. Please whisper the name of your card to the tiny plunger.
Okay.
Adorable. The tiny plunger now knows what the card is, and because he has the deck memorized, he can do the following.
Oh.
So we'll try this. This time we'll do this under test conditions, because I'm not the one doing this. It is him, not me. I'm his manager, but nothing else. Ready? You just touch a card. Anyone you like. Touch one. This one here? All right. Same idea. I will turn my head like this. I will not look. Go ahead. Okay?
Got it.
Got it? Hold on. Was the plunger out here?
Yeah, he was.
Did you see the card?
I don't think so, actually.
You sure? Let's make sure. Oh, no. Sorry. I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah. 4 clubs? Yeah. Yeah, don't show the plunger the card. If you show the plunger the card, it ruins the whole thing. You know, then like any plunger could do it. So here, just grab out a new one. Take it out of there. Excellent. And here, hold out your hands like this. Hide them in there so we won't be seen. Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. I'll hide my eyes. Go ahead and just turn the card face up so we can see it there on the table. I will not look. Yes?
Yes.
All right, great. So here we go. Now, last time when she put it back in there, I was holding on to the cards. and then I shuffle the cards, and that's where people think I'm doing something. So I'll put it back in there. I won't touch anything. Ooh, I'll never find it now. No, man, square it up. What are you doing?
right.
You were on the right track. Okay.
All right.
And then shuffle the cards, Because if you shuffle the cards and I don't shuffle the cards, no one can accuse me of doing any sleight of hand. And from what I'm seeing so far, no one could accuse you of doing any sleight of hand either. So I think we are good. All right, perfect.
All right.
I don't know what that was at the end. Okay, great.
There's a little...
Perfect. Yeah, a little flourish there.
Yeah.
Nice. You may release the plunger. Nice. All right. Now, last time, she whispered the name of the card. Obviously, I could have heard that. This time, you just think of the card, and the plunger will be able to read your mind. Now,
Okay.
we do love Shout Factory, but hold on. Concentrate on the card. Concentrate. Hold on. Got it. Excellent. Now, here's what you're going to do. Remember, you took out any card you wanted. You put it back anywhere you wanted. You shuffled the cards. What you're going to do is you're going to take the plunger, you're going to go bonk, bonk. Now he's a sentient plunger. He knows what he wants. So he wants to bring the amount of cards from here to here. He leaves your card on top of the remaining pile here, face down for optimum dramatic effect. Go bonk, bonk. Interesting. He stopped right there. So if that's your card, that's pretty impressive.
Well, that's very impressive.
There you go. There it is. He is a tiny plunger, everybody. Thank you very much, both of you. Thank you. Excellent.
You're watching Shout TV's Marathon of Magic. I'm your host, Bonnie Gordon, and now I'd like to introduce you to one of my favorite magicians. At only 20 years old, he became the resident magician at Walt Disney World. And while he's gone on to great success as one of the best magicians performing today, he's never lost his love of Disney, which is why you can often find him performing while traversing the open seas on Disney cruise lines. He's Jon Armstrong.
Okay, weird. This is weird, but I'll just give it a shot real quick. You don't get to see a lot of this. All right, hold on. Okay, good. Okay. Perfect. Nice. You ever see the trick where the guy takes the big silver rings and links them together? Yeah, those are expensive. These, way cheaper. You just get these at a copy store. What you do is you go into a copy center of any kind. You grab a handful of these, and then you walk out. All right. So this here is a band here, band here. I'll make sure you can see that well. And then if this band here, it can make it look like, through sort of an optical illusion-y type process, it'll look like the bands are actually linked. A lot of people think cat's cradle, but I just want to show you that's not the case. The bands actually are linked. More important than that, though, is if I just give them a little bit of a blow, you can see, well, that didn't really do much here. Let me try that again. Yeah, there you go. And there they are.
Our next performer has actually co-created his own comic book with IDW called Smoke and Mirrors, which actually performs magic for you while you read. Please welcome Jon Armstrong.
I thought I would show you one of the classics of magic, the whole you see a coin in the air and you take it out of the air thing. A classic of magic. We all know that's not real. Let's be honest, if I could really pull money out of the air, I wouldn't be here. I'd just be doing this somewhere on a beach, just doing that. So that is the one coin. I could do it again by getting another coin. That actually looks pretty cool. So that's 2 coins. Here's a classic bit of magic. You put 1 coin or 2 coins in this hand, and then you make 1 coin go from one hand to the other hand, which, if you think about it, is the magic power equivalent of this. Doesn't really mean a lot. I will now make another coin appear at my fingertips. Not these fingertips, these fingertips. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about this, should I do this more like Vegas coded, or, never mind. We'll just go back to the original. So this goes back in here. That's 1. That's the 1. That would leave the 2 here in the hands. Here's totally natural actions. No, seriously, just the 1 coin here and then goes away. Here's a fun little bit too. You can take that coin, go like this, and then whenever you want, that goes away, and then we're done.
Welcome back to Shout TV's Marathon of Magic. Once again, please welcome Jon Armstrong.
Okay, so little game for you to play at home. Cute little ball. Ball goes into the hand. Totally, completely naturally. Totally, completely naturally. Watch as the ball goes into the hand. Now, I will separate my hands. Where is the red ball? Okay, most people would think that. No, that's actually a square. This is even a black ball, so I don't even know what this is all about.
Welcome back to Shout TV's Marathon of Magic. I'm Bonnie Gordon, and I've been a performing member of Hollywood's world-famous Magic Castle for over 15 years, which means when I tell you that you're in for a real treat, you can trust me. And right now, you're in for a treat. Please welcome to the stage, Paul Draper.
So one of the things that I love is traditional objects of good luck. Cultures all around the world have good luck objects. Do you carry a rabbit's foot or a lucky coin or anything?
I do not.
You do not! Have you ever had a lucky object?
Maybe.
Maybe when you were little?
Yeah.
Oh, I love lucky objects. I have a prediction in here that's going to be important in just a moment.
All right.
I'm going to try and sway you to choose what I want you to choose. So I have from different cultures, some different objects. We have a tumi, a caduceus, a lucky horseshoe, an elephant from India, a hot pepper there. If you had to choose one of those to be your lucky object for the moment, which one would it be?
I choose the elephant. Big fan of elephants.
The big fan of the elephant. I knew that you would choose this charm. More so than that. But if you look on the backs of these, they come together to form an unusual shape right here, just for you, the elephant. Have you ever pet an elephant?
No, I haven't.
What's interesting about them is they have this long, thick hair on them. And when you touch them, people don't know that they have that. And in the circuses throughout human history, when those hairs fall off, the clowns, who are sort of the carriers of luck and wisdom, they keep those hairs as lucky objects, and they pass them on to guests that deserve a little bit of luck.
Nice.
Thanks for being my lucky guest.
Thank you so much.
And some more fun magic is coming up for you.
We're taking a little break from our 24-hour marathon of movies and specials dedicated to the art of magic to bring you this very special performance. This gentleman has appeared on the History Channel, A&E, HBO, Hallmark, the Travel Channel, and HGTV. He's performed at the world-famous Magic Castle right here in Hollywood, and for 7 years worked as the house magician for the Venetian Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Please welcome Paul Draper.
So, have you been to Disneyland lately?
Yes, actually.
When did you go?
I went last November for my birthday.
For your birthday? Happy birthday last November. Early November, late November?
Late November.
Late November. And so you're a Thanksgiving baby. You came just in time for dinner.
That's right.
And when was the last time you went?
Oh, 5+ years.
5+ years,
Yeah,
but
it's
they
been a
had
minute.
Cars Land. It's one of my favorite lands. I do magic tricks at Disneyland. So these are some nuts and bolts from Cars Land. I'm sure they'll be fine, don't worry. Now look, here we go. 1, 2 go into my hand, and 1, the third one right there, goes into my pocket. Now, you followed my pocket one, so you don't know what happened over here. Hopefully you watched here. How many are in this hand?
Should be 2.
1, 2, because it's magic, there's 3. Now look, we'll do it again. There's 1, there's 2 in the hand. The third one, that one right there goes into the, don't watch down there. You gotta watch up here. That's where the action's happening. Now you were watching the hand. How many do you think are in this hand right now?
Should be 2.
Should be 2. 1, 2, but?
3.
Because it's magic, there's 3. That's right. 1, 2, the third one goes over here. Did you catch it?
Yeah, I saw it.
He saw it. I screwed up. Look, there's 1, there's 2, and right there, there's the screw up. What is that?
It's a screw.
A screw! What is that?
It's screw.
It's a bolt. But because I said I screwed up, people always say it's a screw. Men, you're from Iowa, you're from Austin. You should know the difference between a nut, a bolt, and a screw. Now look, I'll put those in my pocket. The first nut comes out invisibly, like the nuts and bolts on Wonder Woman's jet. Can you see it? Yes, nuts. Look, it moves right on, just like that. Throw it on. Second one comes out invisibly, like from the Incredicoaster, right? She can turn invisible. Goes right on just like that. Give it a twist, and suddenly they're all on there. If you would, I want you to check that out. Make sure they're really on there. Really on there, solid, metal, yes. How's that possible? Here, take hold of that. Perfect. Okay, so we have more magic coming in just a minute.
You've seen him on Hell's Kitchen, Pawn Stars, Ghost Adventures, Mind Freak. House Hunters, and most recently, Inside the NBA with Shaq. And he's appeared alongside fellow master magicians like David Copperfield, Lance Burton, and Teller as an expert for the History Channel. He's a mind reader and anthropologist. He's Paul Draper.
Have you ever watched the original Ghostbusters movies?
Yes.
I watched Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So Bill Murray played a character. There was a parapsychology analyst, and he was studying people for their psychic powers. He used some cards that were invented by Dr. Rhine at the Duke Institute, by Duke University, that are standard symbols we see everywhere, like stars, crosses, squares, bacon. I see it everywhere. And circles. Now, here's the question. Are you going to be nice and take the pile I placed in front of you, or rude and take my pile?
I will take the plate.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Here, take it. Right. You would have been rude and taken the other one. Now tell me, are you psychic or is he?
He is.
He is. Are you psychic or is he?
He is.
He is. We got to find some agreement. You or him?
Okay, me.
You! How did you know? You must be psychic. Here, I'll take those back from you. Take and mix those up. Mix them up. Now, 5 cards, right? Just like that. I'm going to take and set one down. Whatever you think this one is, put yours face up on top of there. Look through them. Whatever you psychically think that is, put face up on top of there. I'm so glad he chose that. Do you know why? Do you see it? Because he says that that's the bacon. And this isn't bacon, and this isn't bacon, and this isn't bacon. What's underneath that bacon? Push it off. Take a look. What? Psychic, right? Psychic. Yeah, here, let's do it again. Take it back, take it back, take it back. Mix it in. Now, I don't want you to think it's just a 20% chance. We're better than that. So we're going to take it a step further. What do you think this one is? If he gets it wrong, I'm going to send an entire huge electric shock through your body. I built it into the floor. Okay, now you say it's a circle. Do you really think it's a circle, or did you just grab it at random?
I thought about it.
You thought about it? Okay, like I said, we're going to go through the whole deck this time because I don't want you to think it's just a random chance. So I'm going to straighten it out. Just straighten it out a little bit, just like that. Mixed up. I won't even look at it here. I'll mix it up. You just say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
Right there. What do you think his card is? Star.
Star.
Now look, he said the first one's a circle, the second one's a star, right? So we're doing good. Usually don't get to see it mid-game. Wow. Show them what you have, right? Same cards, same cards. Let's do it again. Mixed up, mixed up. Anytime you want, say stop.
Stop.
Right there. What do you think his card is?
Back to the bacon.
Back to the bacon. I'm so glad he chose that. Do you know why? Because I don't have the bacon. Show him, show him. Same cards, same cards. Let's do it again, let's do it again. You're doing so good. This way we don't have to electrocute him. Isn't that nice?
Please.
Here, what do you think those are?
Square.
Okay.
Cross.
Cross, okay, good. Do you want to change your mind?
No.
This is the moment. Okay, now look, you said this is a star. You said that's a circle. Do you want to change your mind?
No.
You can. This is the moment. No, switch over the bacon. Show everybody what it is. Bacon and bacon, square and square, plus and plus. Wow. Psychic! Psychic! Gentlemen, great job.
Amazing.
And some more magic coming up for you.
He's been called a mentalist, a mind reader, an illusionist, a magician. But I call him a dear friend. He's one of my all-time favorite performers, and he's here to do a little something for us right now. Please welcome Paul Draper.
So, gentlemen, I have a card case here made out of stingray, protecting a $1 deck of cards from Bicycle. It was expensive, but it's the stingray that killed Steve Irwin, so it's worth it. Too soon? Too soon, too soon. A deck of playing cards. All the cards are there, and they're all different. Do you know how to shuffle cards?
I've seen pictures.
Do you know how to shuffle cards?
A little bit.
A little bit. I'm going to have him do it. Mix those up. Mix those up. So they're all there. They're all different. Yeah. They're in your hands. Here we go. Good. Good.
How long were the
shuffle? Yeah. And
there we go.
Recombine. Excellent. Fantastic. No way I could have known the order of that. Yeah. I just want you to memorize all of these cards in the order they're currently in. You got it?
Done.
Perfect.
Done.
2 geniuses here. You're going to get to see this from the bad angle, so don't tell him. Yeah. Name any card in the deck. Don't tell him where it is.
3 of diamonds.
3 of diamonds. Now, hopefully we didn't lose the 3 of diamonds there. But I'm going to get, do you know where the 3 of diamonds is in this deck?
It's in there.
It's in there. I gave it 1 cut just to trouble your mind. Hopefully you have to follow that too. I'll spread these out anytime you want. Say stop.
Stop.
Right there?
Yep.
Right there.
That's where it was.
Okay, I'm going to take that card where you said stop. Now look, you could have said stop up here. You could have said stop down there. But you said stop right here on the 3 of diamonds. How did you know?
I'm better at memorizing than shuffling.
See? Genius level employees.
Love it.
Thanks for watching the magic.
When he's not blowing your mind, he's studying it. In addition to being one of my favorite performers, he's a professor of cultural anthropology, which makes him very good at this next part. He's Paul Draper.
Do you know him?
I do.
Do you know him?
I do.
How do you know him?
We work together.
You work together in the same department?
Same department.
Very good. I have a prediction from my psychic in New Orleans here. We'll come back to this in a minute. And I have some pretty cards that have colorful dots. Just in case you're colorblind, I've written the colors. In case you're illiterate, I have colorful dots. If you want to just take and mix those up, you don't know, I work all over the place. And pretty rocks for you. Right now they're in the rainbow arrangement, but I want you to put them in any order you want, whatever order feels right to you. Put them in a right order. Good, good, good. While you're doing that, boop, excellent, excellent. Now, I'll have you just touch one, and it'll be yours. Which one? That one right there? That one is yours. Okay. So I want you, we're going to eliminate these in a strange way. Okay. Are you right-handed?
I am.
You are, with your left hand closer to your heart. Pick one up. With your right hand, pick one up. No, we'll come to you in a minute. And they're eliminated. Now push 2 towards him, Speed it up, fast, fast, fast. Perfect. These eliminated. We're down to 1. What color is it?
Blue.
Blue. Okay, blue. We're down to blue right there. My psychic in New Orleans says blue. If the 2 of you as working partners have blue energy, it says that you have good intuition, good adaptability, authenticity, and stability. Would you say that those are true about your team?
Yeah,
yes. Authenticity, stability. That's why you like working here. That is, as long as he also chose blue. Otherwise, he has to go work for a different company. But he's wearing a blue shirt, so I'm hopeful that'll work out. Which one did you choose right there? Oh, blue. You get to stay with Shout. Thank you so much for coming up. Good partners right here. A good team. And now, some more magic at the movies.
Welcome back to Shout TV's Marathon of Magic. Once again, please welcome Paul Draper.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to show you something you've never seen before. You ready? Ready? Spoons! 2 metal spoons. You seen these before? They nest together as if they are... Spooning. You would have said 1, but there's something dirty about this guy. You see that? No. Spooning. That's why I don't use forks. If you get that joke, whose fault is it really? You cut some of the dirty lines out of the shows, so you might have to cut that one. Okay, now look, dude, that's as dirty as I'm allowed to get in some corporate shows. 2 metal spoons. These are serving spoons. Check them out. They're metal, they're solid, they don't bend on their own, they don't have a hinge or funny metal, right? They're thicker than you'd get at D's or Mel's or Denny's, is that right? Yeah. Now look, they nest together perfectly. One is going to bend in your hand. Which one?
That one.
Pick me! How easily swayed he is. See, that wouldn't have worked for you. No, you're a tough guy. This guy just had to be cute. That's how he ended up working here. No, take the one you want for real. Okay, hold on to that. Shake it back and forth. Imagine it's bending ever so slightly. The metal just starts to bend on its own. He doesn't believe this at all. Here, stop. Now look, I'm going to take yours. Yours hasn't changed, but yours, there's now just a slight difference between those 2. I'll have you place one hand on top of mine, one underneath, okay? One on top, one underneath. Okay. I'll put it down. Am I putting enough pressure on that to bend steel?
No.
No, it's going to start to bend in between our hands. Look in there. Do you see it actively bending? Yeah. That's strange, isn't it? I don't know if you can tell, but there's now just a slight difference between those 2. You got to be the honest one, because he's trouble, this guy. Place one finger right there. Rub back and forth gently, right at the crux, right? Just like that. It's going to bend up towards you. See that? Stop. That's 90 degrees. A lot of people think that I take and put pressure on it, so this time I won't even touch it, and it just bends straight down. See that? Here, pull on that. That's a solid piece of metal, right? Pull on that. Pull hard. No, for real, pull hard. You worked out summer of 1978. You remember it. Here, pull on that hard. Pull hard. That's a solid piece of metal, right? And yet, just a wiggle and a wave, and it just melts straight down. There's nowhere that's dug into my hand, right? Nowhere it's dug into my flesh, right? But with enough strength, you can take and straighten it out. But only in the movies can you get to do this. Come in a little closer. Come in a little closer. Where the metal on its own does what? What's going on there?
Oh, it's twisting.
It's twisting and turning like a corkscrew. That's changed at a crystalline level. It'll never be straight again. It's fractured and splintered inside. But you can still stir your drinks, eat your cereal. That belongs to you, and I'll make one for you in a minute.
Fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present Paul Draper.
I'd like to tell you a story about one of the most magical movie moments in my childhood. I was watching the classic Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I think I need to set the stage. I was sick in bed with 104-degree temperature on codeine cough syrup. They used to give that to children. Watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are rowing. That's a scary movie. But there was a beautiful song in that show, and I dreamed of one day performing it. And I dreamed of performing it with a classic of magic. I wrote to the writer, Leslie Brickus, and he gave me permission. And it took years to learn how to do this. Inside of a bag from Istanbul, a piece of magic that was originally brought to America from during the World's Fair from a magician from China. 2 solid hoops of steel. You never get to see them all the way around. They chime like a bell. Anyone with a mechanical ear can hear them chime like a bell. The song goes like this. Feel free to sing along at home. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What you'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. It's very literal. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there you'll be free if you truly wish to be. I love the magic of the movies.
Welcome back to Shout TV's Marathon of Magic. Be sure to stick around all day to see formative discussions on the world of magic.
Gosh, I fell in love with magic watching other magicians perform because I love the idea of being able to take little bits of all different kind of media and combine it into something that is uniquely your own. So you can take a little bit of this music, a little bit of that poem, a little bit of these visuals, and make an impact on stage. And I started loving it, I mean, really, when I was a little kid.
So growing up in Orlando, I went to a lot of theme parks, and I think dual things were happening. One, trying to figure out how effects would work on the rides, like dark rides like the Haunted Mansion, things like that. And then also seeing performers in those parks do things live. And basically, like, I think those two things really melded together to where my interest was lying, and I was lucky enough that one of those performers became like a father figure and mentor to me, and that's where my career really started.
I was a little 8-year-old kid, and I desperately wanted people to like me. And I thought, like every little kid, we're trying to understand our place in the world. And I went to the library, looking at books on paranormal things so that I could learn magic spells to make people like me. And the librarian took pity on me and took me to the magic tricks section. And I learned magic tricks and started doing magic shows for people. And I realized, oh, this is as good as having real magic powers. So I'd be hired to go to people's birthday parties. And now I travel all over the world performing magic at people's events.
My love of magic came from my love of fantasy as a child. I was a huge reader, devoured books, ran around my room as Bonnie Baggins, had a wizard painted on my wall, which is, as a child, not the best thing to have an old man staring down at you with lightning in his eyes. But my love of magic, came from my love of fantasy. And as I got older, my appreciation of the magical arts grew and grew. And when I moved to Vegas and started doing shows in Vegas, I met a lot of magicians out there and saw a lot of magic shows. And that's when I realized, hey, magic is all around us. You just have to believe and wonder. So working at the Magic Castle and being a member there really keeps my love of magic alive. Shout TV's Marathon of Magic continues. Don't go anywhere. For me, the perfect routine with magic, every magician is different. Everyone performs their illusions differently. However, for me, it's really all about the banter. If they have a really strong banter that goes with the trick, when you see magic tricks, a lot of the tricks you've seen hundreds of times before. You've seen them performed so many different ways by so many different people. If they have a way of making it fresh and new for me, that's where I feel the true magic of the magic lies. I'm also a big fan of comedy magic, so if they can make me laugh while making me be in disbelief, that's what I feel is a true art.
For me, I think if someone goes to a magic show, they expect to see magic. They expect to be amazed. They expect to have a sense of wonder and something sort of wash over them. I've never been a proponent of, well, if it's entertaining, it's okay. No, then you're an entertainer, you're not a magician. You need to be able to do magic, and it has to be strong. That said, if the magic is really strong, but you're unlikable, or the effect itself is boring, then it's not very palatable either. So I think both are extremely important to make it the most entertaining thing possible, at the same time make it as amazing as possible.
When I think about a perfect performance in magic, to watch someone else perform, I want to see something more than just the trick. The trick is amazing. So many magicians, they learn a magic trick and they say, I've learned the magic trick. I show it to my friend. My friend says, wow. And they say, wow? Yeah, wow. Good enough. But what I want is some connection to the people. I want to know that it's connected to the character, that it's connected to the people, that it's connected to the stories that we're telling. And so I want to have a depth. That when I see the magician, I want to know that there is something to them more than just the tricks, that there is a consciousness behind the magic.
I decided to become a magician myself because I realized I just couldn't help it. I started hearing songs and saying, oh, you know what illusion would work really good with that? And I went, oh no, because I always thought magicians were kind of nerdy. And it turns out that so am I.
I would say that I got interested when I was 8, really in earnest when I was 14. I'm almost 50, and I've been doing this professionally my entire life. I've never had a real job. And I've just been able to do this. I would say the first part of my career, I was basically a card magician. That's where Tiny Plunger and a lot of other things that I'm known for came from. And then about the last 11 years of my life, I'm more of a stand-up stage performer. I still do some of the close-up stuff, but mostly I do sort of the bigger things that I do on 1,000-seat theaters.
Some of the things that really resonate with me about contemporary and past magicians are artistic endeavors, when they're trying to make a statement, or if they make you think a little bit, because that's something that magic can uniquely do that other art forms kind of can't. It really can make you wonder and want to explore and inspire a desire of curiosity, right? And some of the magicians who I think are really doing that right now, the first one who comes to mind is Teller. Because Teller of Penn and Teller has this wonderful rose routine where he cuts leaves off a plant and you watch them fall. And then at the end, he cuts himself with the knife he's been using and smears blood on the shadow of the rose that he's been working with the entire time. And it is just a beautiful artistic statement. It is a stunning visual, and it's a mystery that I don't ever want solved. I don't want to know how it works. I just love it. I love it. I love it.
Most of my favorite performers, other than Penn and Teller, who are obviously very, very, very famous, I would say are people that are famous magicians, which are like being famous goldfish collectors. No one cares, other than other magicians. And so I'm a famous magician. No one cares. But in my world, in that world, like the guys that I respected to card magic, I say Martin Nash, other sort of close-up magicians like Albert Goshman, things like that, names you've never heard of. But again, quick Google search and you'll be able to see great videos of these guys wowing people in their day. And then in later time, my biggest influence is a guy named Matt King, who you can see in Las Vegas. He has his own show there and an amazing performer.
Misty Lee with the corset and the skulls and the ghost magic and all the stuff that I'm kind of known for doing came to be because it's just what I organically like. One of the things that I've realized about being a magician is that it is imperative, instead of just screaming into the void and trying to be like everyone else, that you really take things that resonate with you and present those to the audience, because this is a communicative exchange. If you're not authentic, people can smell it right away. And if you're doing something deceptive while being inauthentic, you stink. Nobody wants to smell that. So you might as well smell like your natural perfume, yeah?
So I am a cultural anthropologist. Within culture, I'm a cognitive anthropologist, the way we think and make the decisions we make. You can see that in the things that I perform. Within cognition, I'm a symbolic anthropologist, how humans use symbols to communicate and discuss things with each other. So of course, all of my study comes into the magic. This year, I'm going to be the keynote speaker for the Society of the Anthropology of Consciousness International Conference. I just lectured on magic and mindfulness at Cambridge University in England last month, and also lectured on how to persuade people at the United Nations in Geneva. And so I use anthropology in all of my areas of study, from coming to a company to teach them about teamwork, to how to work together, to how to communicate, and embracing those ideas and building them into performance magic. There are core fundamental things about magic and the art of magic that are built into our evolution, into who we are as beings. Magic plays upon core ways that we interact with the universe. It gives us moments of surprise, moments of wonder, and when we look back at ancient civilization, we're talking about pre-industrial people, we're talking about humans going back tens of thousands of years, we find that there is a magician. Now, often this person has many roles. They're the storyteller, they're the medical historian, they're the song leader, they are the one that knows the seasonal celebrations, they're the pharmacist, and they're also the magician. In our modern world, that's been broken out into many pieces. But back then, your doctor, your magician, would sit with you, would talk to you, would know your family history, would sing with you, would show you wonderful magical things. Where today, in today's world, the doctor just does that one piece. They observe, diagnose, and prescribe, and then they're gone. They don't even give care. The nurse does that. And so magic is core to what it is to be human. Through most of the 1.2 million years of hominins and hominids, we had magicians, but we've only had modern doctors a very short time.
Well, I still think, though we live in a very high technological society, that there is something still very real about magic in a way that so far nothing else has been able to recreate. And I still think that is the one thing we have over the devices in our pockets for entertainment, that we can create experiences, that as long as that we're able to create genuine experiences that people feel like they mattered, that they were at that show, that they mattered, and that this really cool thing happened because of them or because they were there, that's something that no kind of entertainment device could possibly bring.
I feel like magic still endures in today's society because everyone's still wanting that wish and dream of believing in wonder. As we get older, the world kind of beats us down, and we have to start worrying about real world problems like taxes and putting food on the table and rent. And, watching magic and believing in magic gives you that little moment of escape and that little moment of belief that we had when we were children, where we were using our imaginations and anything was possible. So I feel like nowadays we need magic more than ever.
Sleight of hand, prestidigitation, and magic holds up even today with the technology and all of the science that we have at our disposal, because people need to wonder. If we stop wondering, we stop inventing, we stop creating, and we stop arting. And arting is what really makes us human.